if we transform this generation of people, the world will completely change. And when I say this generation, I mean young people in this world. And I feel like part of my service to what I'm doing, part of the purpose of what I'm doing, is to impact as many young people as possible to raise their consciousness, to awaken. And awakening, in my opinion, means the discovery of self. Because as we grow as a world, as we grow as a society, if this generation has raised the level at which they operate at, we will only start to create that shift for the world to become a better place, because they will raise the next generation, and the next generation will raise the next generation to a high level, and that will continue. But we have to do this process to help the people right now, and there's probably a 10-year window where this shift can happen. There's obviously a lifelong window where you can change people's lives, but this 10-year window is so pivotal. And I think when I wake up every single day, I understand that this is something that needs to shift. And you know what? I understand this so deeply because I know what it feels like to not be myself. I know what it feels like to not feel connected to who I truly am. And maybe I want to tell you a story. I'll tell you a story about what my life was like around 2 years ago. Around 2 years ago, I was completely drifting away from who I truly was. I was completely drifting away from the authentic version of me. I was doing things that didn't serve me, gossiping, drinking, going out partying, judging other people. I was drifting further away from the people that cared about me. I was drifting away from that I cared about. I was making them worried about the path that I was going down. And whilst I thought it was cool, I was so miserable to an extent where it took the universe to give me a sign to make these shifts. It took the universe to do things for me to make the shift to living a life of authenticity. And that's not me here to sit there and be depressed. I'm not a depressing guy, I'm a positive guy. And that's why I tell you this story, because I want the younger generation to know that if they feel like they have to accept right now, they don't. Use me as an example that as acceptance, I was completely miserable. My acne was flared up, inflamed. I go to bed crying about my acne. All of this stuff, and it was caught, my emotions were completely all over the place. Whereas now, I obviously face my challenges, but I wake up every single day with purpose and energy to put into the things that I was created to do. I love the things that I do. I love creating content. I love learning about the things I learn. I love doing the future things that I'm going to do. And I'm so grateful for that. But I want every other young person, or every person on the planet, regardless if you're young or not, to feel that way. And in seeing the two polar opposites, it can really get your head around what is possible. You might be doing things right now for the opinions and validation of others. You might be conforming so whole heavily to other people and the opinions of other people. And whilst right now, you may not be aware, or you may be conscious enough of what this is doing to your life, it is having a detrimental effect on you. Because put it this way, you're not living your life. You're living a performance, the masked up version of you. But the minute you decide to take that step to discovering who you are, to being and setting the intention of being the purest, most authentic version of you and building that relationship with yourself, is the minute that you start living your dream life. And we need people to be doing so, because as so many people raise their consciousness, as so many people start doing the things they love, as so many people start building the relationship with who they are, they will start to put inputs into the world that's going to help change the world. If everyone is feeling like they're living a fulfilled life, they're not going to commit these crimes. They're not going to pollute the earth to an extreme extent. They're not going to be consistently negative, to be consistently operating in a lower vibration. And obviously, myself included, there's times where I feel depleted. There's times where I feel like I don't even want to post my videos. I don't want to be doing what I'm doing, but that's not me. That's the external thing that is trying to take away the light that is within. But I always know that I have this light within, and that's what I want for other people, is to discover that light within you. And as a community, as a generation, we can help each other do this. If every single young person is raising the level at which they're operating, is raising their frequency, It's developing this consciousness and understanding who they truly are. It's only going to make it easier for other people to do so. It's only going to make it easier for your kids to do so. It's only going to make it easier for the generation for that to do so. Because by the process of osmosis or diffusion, I got a 4 in biology in my GCSE, so I'm not sure which applies this analogy. I shouldn't even say that as well, because that's negative. See, even I have to catch myself being negative. But when you build the awareness of what you're doing, that is when you can start to correct. That is when you can start to piling up and improving, because this life is full of improvements the whole way. But if we can be doing this as a community, if we can be doing this as a generation together, we will change the world. That's why people call it the New Earth, because we can really create a shift to this New Earth. And that's something that I feel so passionate about, that I wanted to share. That's part of my purpose to what I'm doing. That's part of what fills me up with energy and excitement, because I know that all of us, we can create this shift. It might be difficult, but nothing good comes easy all the time. It may come fluid, it may come joyously, but it's worth putting in the pursuit to be able to change the world, because we can truly change the world together. I'm here to be a part of this community, to be a part of other communities that's only going to help you raise the level that you're operating at. Because when we can do so, when we can build these platforms, when we can build these opportunities for every single young person out there, the world is going to become a better place. So I promise you, even if you don't feel like it right now, this pursuit of discovering who you truly are, this journey is a better word, this journey of discovering self is the most blessed one. And it's the one that I want for as many young people out there as possible. And that's part of why I'm building what I'm building. That's part of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing. So it's amazing to have you guys with me, and it's amazing to be creating this new earth.